So if y'all thought that Cardi B and Offset were done beefing, well, I've got a major shocker for you. Because not only are they still beefing, but the beef has just blown up 10 times over. And if that's not crazy enough, Cardi B just dragged Offset's whole family into it, accusing Offset's mother of stealing millions of dollars from her. But that's not all, y'all, because she also exposed Offset for deliberately mistreating her kids to punish her. She dragged him for filth for being a deadbeat dad, not paying child support, and being a terrible father all around. Y'all, Cardi B is out here getting ready for war, and she about to get everybody together and read them for filth. So let's break it down. I guess we shouldn't be that surprised that Cardi is airing out Offset and his whole family, because everybody knows that he does not get along with his side of the family. Now, I know that Cardi can be a little wild, but she's very big on her family. And when it comes to Offset's folks, they seem determined to humiliate her from the start, especially when it comes to Offset's cheat. For example, when Cardi B got hurt over Offset cheating, his dad read her for filth, trying to drag her for being a bad wife for being hurt, instead of just sitting back like a good wife and let him cheat and dog walk her. He wrote, "Social media is a powerful tool, but certainly no place for family situations. However, our youth, and specifically my son's wife, doesn't understand that. She seems to want to take everything to social media without regard to the devastation it has on others, past, present, and future, or specifically what it does to the other children. My son is not innocent, as he has done his share of dirt, but the whole scenario is a never-ending drama session." He continued, "It's a tick-for-tack mudslinging situation fueled by jealousy, envy, insecurities, psychological issues, drugs, etc. Like most young adults, he doesn't always do what he's advised to do, but we are talking about a 25-year-old with an unlimited supply of money, women chasing him, people at his disposal, etc. Couple that with the hot-headed female that thrives off of social media attention and is on the same financial level as or above him, and it's a recipe for disaster." Yeah, Pops, that should have stayed in the drafts because it didn't make much sense at all. But he wasn't the only one in the family throwing shade at Cardi, because his sister Hefe also jumped in to defend Offset for cheating and even claimed that Cardi was a bad wife to her brother. Hefe retweeted this post and said, "Women really be wanting you to be a rich and not cheat. Just irrational." And she commented, "They really are, just a man." She also said, "Y'all do know can't no one make you happy but you, right?" And there's this other tweet that said, "Cardi is a perfect example of a woman doing everything a man desires and still being mistreated. She works as open as he desires, helps with his outside children." Well, Offset's sister replied and said, "Always remember that the people tweeting stuff like this, and I cannot stress this enough, do not know these people." She then said, "Child, she said she was single. How she hurt all of a sudden." She also asked people to stop talking about her brother in a bad way, saying, "Y'all gonna stop narrating my brother out to be a bad guy. My boy can't ever enjoy his birthday or Christmas." Like, she also tweeted, "Y'all don't know me or them. F out my bitches. Get some money and play with some grass. Have a good night." And telling the internet your husband is a BA ninja is crazy. But with in-laws like this, who needs enemies? It's like every single person in Offset's family shares a single brain cell. If they're talking about Cardi this way in public, I don't even want to imagine what it's like behind the scenes. But as bad as this looks, it looks like Offset's mom might just be the worst of the bunch, because she is the only one that Cardi has ever publicly dragged. We don't know exactly what went down, but it seemed like it was the last straw for Cardi when she posted a picture of Culture reading, and Offset's mom reposted it saying, "Go Culture." This made Cardi mad for some reason, and she wrote, "I grew up poor, but with so much love from my mom and dad's side of the family. I will not accept nothing less from my children. I will not accept fake love for my kids. My family is enough." Well, Cardi decided to keep it cute after that, and she decided to keep her mouth shut, even though Offset and his people kept throwing shade at her. However, things blew up all over again, and she went on Twitter Spaces and accused Offset and his mom of stealing from her.
"I ain't listening after you and your mama robbed me. Yeah, you and your mom robbed me cold. Wipe my nose."
Well, Cardi didn't specifically name an amount of money, but blogger Storm Monroe came out to reveal that the amount that Offset stole was between $5 and $10 million.
With that being said, at some point, Offset helped Cardi with some paperwork, had Cardi to sign some paperwork. I don't quite understand how it works because I have never made millions of dollars. You know, once you get to that level, you can establish trusts and shell companies, and it's a million different ways to like hide money and put money in money, and you don't just have millions in a bank account. It don't really work like that. Anyway. So Cardi B is aware of between $5 to $10 million missing. I want y'all to hear that again. The money that she got robbed for is allegedly, and Cardi, this is what you're aware of between $5 to $10 million.
This explains why Cardi crashed out, because one thing about Cardi is that she does not play about her coin. Now, a lot of fans seem to be confused over why Offset would need to steal from Cardi when he has his own money. But the thing is, Offset used to be rich, but right now, he doesn't have as much money as he used to, and the streets are saying that he's popped. But let's be clear, Offset has been definitely making bank during his time with Migos, but back in their prime, the group had the culture in an absolute chokehold. Even 7 or 8 years ago, they were unstoppable. Hit after hit, they had clubs, playlists, and radio stations on lock. Everybody wanted a piece of the Migos, and life was looking pretty sweet for them. But now around that time, Cardi B was still an up-and-coming rapper trying to make her mark, and she was building buzz, and there was no question that Offset was a bigger star in their relationship. The Migos were already a household name, while Cardi was still grinding her way up. Well, the dynamic changed when she dropped her debut album, Invasion of Privacy. That album was a moment, and Cardi didn't just blow up, she skyrocketed to superstardom. Suddenly, the girl who was once known for her hilarious Instagram videos and loving hip-hop antics was dominating the charts and winning Grammys. During this time, though, Offset still had the Migos to fall back on, which gave him a solid footing in their power couple dynamic. But like I said, the Migos were running things, and they were making serious money still doing it. But as we've seen time and time again in the music industry, the tables can turn and every run eventually comes to an end. But for the Migos, that peak didn't last forever. Their fame started to dim and things took a sharp turn when the group eventually broke up. Offset's fallout with Quavo and Takeoff made headlines, and while there was been a lot of back and forth about what really went down, the tension was real. Offset decided to step down and make his own album and go solo. Out by that point, the Migos' magic wasn't as strong. Fans were still rooting for him, but it was clear that going solo wasn't as easy as it might have looked. Meanwhile, Cardi's career only continued to soar, making her one of the biggest names in the game. But unfortunately, things didn't exactly work out for Offset or the other two members of Migos. Their careers definitely took some major hits after the group split. Quavo and Takeoff teamed up for a joint album, and Offset dropped his own solo project, but none of them came even close to the crazy numbers they were pulling during their Migos prime, and their star power just wasn't the same anymore. Then things went bad to worse when 2022 came and Takeoff tragically passed away, and it was clear that at that point the Migos era was seeming officially over. But while Offset's career was struggling to stay afloat, Cardi B was out here thriving. She was on top of the game, releasing hit after hit, collaborating with major artists, and securing the bag in more ways than anybody could count. Well, Cardi had firmly established herself as the bigger star in the marriage, and honestly, it wasn't even close. The shift has led to a lot of speculation though, and some people think the power dynamic between her and Offset shifted and that his ego might have had trouble accepting that his wife was now the bigger celebrity. But with the Migos went their separate ways, Offset's spotlight definitely dimmed a lot. Let's keep it real, he wasn't exactly making waves like he used to. But one thing about Miss Cardi B, she wasn't about to let her man fade into the background. She wasn't having none of that. Take the McDonald's deal for example. Word in the streets is that Cardi made sure that Offset was included in that major collaboration. She wasn't going to let a huge opportunity like that go down without making sure her husband got his fair share. If Offset wasn't going to be involved, she wasn't going to do it at all. And the producers didn't have much of a choice but to give in to her demands because she's that influential. And then there's the whole Baby Shark movie. The producers originally only wanted Cardi and their kids to be involved, but Cardi wasn't having that either. She insisted that Offset be included in the project too. And if he did get the part, she wasn't going to do it. And guess what? The producers couldn't afford to let that opportunity slip away, so they caved in and made sure Offset was brought on board. And Cardi wasn't having her band just be left out of any major moves, and that's the kind of support she was showing her husband, even though his career was struggling. So yeah, Cardi was the one who put Offset on and got him the bag, even when he wasn't getting his own. But even with that, he wasn't exactly smart with the money. According to an insider, Cardi made most of the money for the family. She's all about saving and investing. Offset is about spending wildly. So while they made a lot of money during the marriage, most of the money they have now is Cardi's, and by most, I mean like 95% of it. And it's not just money that Cardi has, it's real estate too. They own a home in Atlanta where Cardi and the children stay, and they have a home in New Jersey where Cardi's mother stays. She's getting both of these homes. Without Cardi's money, Offset is nowhere near as wealthy as he portrays. That man spends money like water, and he's not even hot like that anymore. Watch what his life ends up looking like without Cardi. It's wild how Offset's been out here acting like everything's fine, but the truth is, he's in a whole lot of mess. And I'm not talking about some online show-off. The dude's deep in financial trouble, and the IRS is definitely in his business. We all know how relentless they can be when it comes to collecting their coin, and Offset's been on their radar for a while. Not long before Cardi decided to pull the plug on their marriage, Offset got slammed with a hefty tax lien. We're talking a massive $1.6 million. But that wasn't all. He also got hit with another lien for $32,963. So while he's out here pretending like everybody's fine and dandy, it's all smoke and mirrors, it seems. The bills are still here, and no one's ignoring the IRS. They'll come for that money, and it seems like Offset's been trying to avoid that reality for a while. The struggles have been real for him for a hot minute, but the kicker is that Cardi's been covering for him for this whole time. She's been playing the role of supportive wife, even when things behind the scenes were probably a lot more complicated. But it seems like now she's finally had enough. Offset has been making the entire divorce process unnecessarily difficult, dragging his feet and making things harder than they need to be. And with the reports of him and his mom stealing from her, well, let's just say that it's not surprising that she finally cut him off financially. It also didn't help that there are also rumors of Offset allegedly having something of a gambling problem that has led him into some heavy debt. According to this blind item, technically this one-name rapper is still married. He has a huge gambling problem. He is always broke. His wife stopped giving him money, so he took a female friend overseas and made her yacht for him for several days. He then spent most of the money she made on himself. So it looks like he's living large. Then out of the nowhere, rapper Lil TJ stepped up and called out Offset for owing him $10,000 and refusing to pay it back. And to add fuel to that fire, TJ also spilled the tea about Offset's alleged gambling addiction.
Why this Offset broke? Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you how the street too. That broke. Pop. I'll tell you how the true story. I ain't got nothing to do with the nigga in the casino. He was pop. He was panicking. He was asking random people for cash apps. He was broke. I don't know what happened. Nobody was answering his phone call. He was pop, trying to run up, chasing. Must got a gambling addiction. And says, yo, he just pop. He called for cash apps in front of me. I ain't gonna lie to you. The first 5 I opened, I'm like, if you pop, be waiting for some bread. You ain't wait for my money. I swung that nigga 5. You know how to get. He gets popped. Not us two dicing each other. He gets popped straight to the casino. Goes not. He get another loan from somebody else for like 2 bands. I don't even take my loan. I'm like, Offset, I'm good on my money. I'm not worried about this nigga. I got mad, bro. I definitely run off a nigga on 5 bands. He pops for the.
Oh, that definitely does shed some light on why Offset's finances are looking a little rough and tight, because gambling addictions can seriously drain your pockets, and it's no joke. It seems like Cardi may have been holding him down financially even after their split, still trying to support his lifestyle, but eventually she had enough of that drama. She cut him off for good, probably realizing that she couldn't keep bailing him out with his behavior just spiraling. According to another blind item though, this former A-plus list rapper has cut off her estranged husband from all bank accounts. He has zero access to any money. Like him stealing from her wasn't bad enough, Offset also seems to be punishing her for cutting him off financially. Like I said, Cardi doesn't play about her kids, and Offset clearly knows this, which is why he chose to punish her using her kids. A few days ago, Cardi tore into him on Twitter Spaces, exposing him for deliberately not buying Christmas gifts for their kids, even though he bought his other 3 kids gifts.
Wait, do you guys know that my kids didn't receive no Christmas gifts from somebody in particular, motherfuckers want to make it seem on social media like I was keeping my kids away from them. Like to make movies on social media, but purposely fly to New York to buy their kids gifts. And guess how many gifts did they buy my kids? Zero.
Y'all, it was so messed up on so many levels, but if we're being honest, we shouldn't be that surprised because Offset's other baby mamas have claimed on different occasions that he was a deadbeat. He even admitted that he was a deadbeat to his first child, Jordan, for the first years of his life. He said, "I had my first child at 17, so the journey of fatherhood was kind of tough for me at first." The rapper shared, "I was trying to find myself. I didn't have much direction on what it meant to be a father. I definitely made some mistakes, but I have no regrets. It's challenging when you have a career like this and you're constantly on the road. It makes it tough to see your kids, especially when they're young." Well, his baby mama Oreo even claimed that he didn't introduce their son to Cardi. Even after he and Cardi were engaged, she accused him of not caring for their son, and she said, "Congrats to my son daddy and his stepmother whom he has yet to meet. Hopefully he'll at least get an invite to the wedding." However, a few years down the line, his third baby mama, Shia LaMoure, also accused Offset of being a deadbeat. It came out to reveal that he had become a better father to their son, and it was all Cardi's doing. She admitted that Cardi forced Offset to see their kids and be a present father in their lives. She said she loves him. They're really good now. He has stepped up and he has been around as of lately to show her that affection she needs, that parental love. A mother can't do that for a father. I think Cardi has helped him grow tremendously. Since she's with him, I've noticed a lot of growth. Well, so I guess Offset has returned to his old deadbeat ways to try to punish Cardi. A lot of people saw this coming right from the start because, well, once a deadbeat, kind of always a deadbeat. But I gotta know what y'all feel about this and Offset being a deadbeat daddy and stealing from Cardi. Drop your thoughts and comments below and then check out this next video.